Hey guys, it's Chrissy Kressler. Welcome to my channel that I called The Crazy Eight. And happy Thursday. I hope that you're having a beautiful day. It's gorgeous out here. We're so blessed to have good weather right now in October. But I just wanted to make sure I did my video today for you guys and updates and craziness. And if your mamas on here that are joining me, remember, there's never a dull moment. Never. So if any of you guys are out there struggling with this schooling and children and schedules, and you are not alone, sister, like I'm here to tell you that it's been a huge learning experience and journey for me. This week, actually on Thursdays is when I'm doing my videos, so it's usually pretty quiet here because only Benton's at home. The rest are at school. So we do a transitional schedule, but it's been insane trying to keep up with all the different children on different levels, learning different things, different teachers require different things. I feel like I'm going to lose my mind, like literally. So if you're out there, let me know and share this video with some other people because I want other moms to realize that we can get so caught up in what's happening around us. And sometimes we feel like we're alone. You are not alone. There are so many other people out there now that I've started to talk to people and share with them and try to figure out ways to just help my kiddos more and do more for them, but at the same time, let them learn more about who they are and what they need to be doing and teach them responsibility. Because through this, I'm learning, and I can say this, I think a lot of people are through all of this are some people are becoming lazy through all of this newness and new normal and being at home and, working from home, school from home. I can see my kids, becoming lazier in certain aspects. And I had a huge talk with them yesterday and I'm like, no, like I am done, hammered down, enough's enough. And I told them, I'm like, listen, you all are capable of so much. Like, stop looking to things like it's the end of the world and it's so difficult and challenge. It's not. You're making it that way because you're telling yourself so much that it's defeating you to the point where you're like, oh, I just don't want to do this, or I can't do this, or this is too hard, and then it's reflecting it at home life with chores and things. And so huge talk with them yesterday and kind of said, listen, it's time to take responsibility. It's time to pick up the slack. You all are old enough to figure out some of the school stuff on your own. And I can't handle and run 3 businesses. I can't handle teachers emailing me every day about things on top of doing what I need to do. I mean, heck, I live on coffee and sometimes wine. If anybody else can relate to that, I need a drink right now. But I think the biggest thing to know out there, if you have kiddos that are transitioning through all of this that you see that are doing that, take time to talk to them. I'll tell you, a couple of them had tears in their eyes because they were just like, they understood my love for them and my passion of like wanting to help them. But at the same time, I'm like, gosh, you got to figure out some of this on your own. And, Lennon, I tell the story of Lennon all the time. I talk about him now because across country and his push and determination of getting uncomfortable. And I said to him yesterday, I'm like, listen, dude, you want to continue to do sports, you got to have good schoolwork. Like those things go hand in hand. And when you're thinking and doing how you are in your sport, utilize those same things in schoolwork. I understand it's different, but when you start to implement the desire of wanting to do better in your schoolwork, those things you'll start to see changes in what you're doing there and how you're doing it. I am a firm believer on the way we raise our children and what we do. We have to show them by our actions, not just by saying it. And I did tell them that yesterday. I'm like, I want to ask you guys, like, what do you see me doing? And how do you see me? Like, I wanted to know through their eyes. And they all started telling me like what they see me doing and how I'm pushing hard and how I'm doing things that are, more than what's asked of me and really pushing towards goals and helping other people. And it was great to see my kids understand what I'm doing. And they got the little like deer in the headlight look like, oh, like, I get what you're saying. We need to do that with what we're doing. Yeah. Like it's there. It's there. I just know one thing, by sharing my journey and the things that I'm learning, I know that I'm meeting a lot of moms and hearing from a lot of moms that some of this is getting so overwhelming that they can't themselves push through, and they just don't know who to talk to or who to have. And just know you're not alone. Know that us mamas out there are all in this together. This craziness with school stuff that we can't control, we can only control what we can do with what they give us, right? Like, we can't make it change. We can't make these schedules change. But that we can control our actions towards it. And then we also can help our kiddos understand their responsibility and part in this. I think we're going to come out stronger in the end of 2020. I truly believe that. I've got a really positive mindset towards things, but I believe it. Deep down inside, I know that the journey that we're all on is obviously for a reason. And if we decide to learn and grow through this season of life, on the other end of it, when we are pushing towards newer and better things and bigger goals, we're going to glance back just for a second to remember what we went through so that we can always keep it inside of us, the strength that we need to persevere and to push through. I truly believe in that. So I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me on my Crazy 8 channel, where all my kiddos are usually in my stories and things that I'm learning as a mama and how to be better to help other people. I can't wait to just be able to be on one of these someday and be like, oh my gosh, they're back to school full time. Like, I really am excited for that. As we speak, I get text messages from Lennon. And so here's the thing about his school stuff. So if any of you moms are struggling out there with like how to get them to do their stuff because you don't know, like, what are they doing? And so I had one of Lennon's teachers she created a template, and they put in there now, like, today, what's all due, when it's due, if something's missing, so that he has to send me a picture of it on his phone during the school day when he's in school, and then he has to send it to me, which is kind of cool because then I know what needs to be done so I can help keep him on track. So eventually he'll create a habit and do this stuff on his own. That's the goal. So, all right, guys, much love. Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me live on the Crazy 8. It's really quiet in here today, and it's kind of almost scary quiet. So I'm going to take the next couple of hours and get some things done that are really huge on my to-do list. So we'll see you next week on the Crazy 8.